everyone, welcome to GR Auto Gallery as we take on another joyriding episode, and where we pair a very unique car out of our inventory with some of the cool local restaurants here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. So Johnny, what'd you pick us out today?
Well, before that, we're going to be heading to one of the coolest restaurants that I've ever been to, Brewery Vivant in Easttown in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Old church, right?
It's an old church, and they're one of the probably one of the earlier microbrews to open up in the area.
Yeah.
And they've done a really good job. Not only is their beer great, their food is great. So I'm pretty excited to get over there and see
cool.
what they have.
They still got some of those old pews that from
they do.
So very cool. Let's go check out the car you picked.
All right, I got something really special today, Chris.
I'm excited to see this one. I kind of saw it already, got a sneak peek. So
yeah, I had a tough time today. We had to make a last-minute adjustment.
Yep.
Unfortunately, our 1978 Porsche 911 SC Targa looks like that one's sold. So
it's always a good
to not jinx a sale, we are going to showcase another car that I think is equally as cool, if not a step above. 1974 Jaguar Series 3 Roadster.
Yep. With the big V12.
With the big V12.
Iconic.
Jaguar introduced the Series 3 in 1973. It was a 2-year only, I believe, production. And it has the V12 front engine fuel injected motor. It's got a 5-speed manual transmission. It's got a really nice running gear in the back to where this thing would really just cruise down the highway, fast and smooth.
Beautiful Regency red with biscuit leather interior. Obviously the awesome chrome spoke wheels, which are just iconic of the Jaguar. And according to our history report, this car was only $10,800 when it was new, Jen.
Oh, back in '74, I believe that was a lot of money, if I remember correctly.
I'm sure it was, but man, oh man, what these things sell for today is quite impressive. So.
10 times that amount in many cases, that's for sure. For the Series 3, they actually made this door a little bit bigger, so chubby guys like me can get in and out of there a little easier.
Well, Johnny, they changed from covered headlights to uncovered headlights.
That is true as well, yeah.
That was a big deal. I know a lot of people really have a special preference, either if you're a covered or uncovered guy or girl.
Yep, and thanks to the good old US DOT,
that was beautiful.
We had to put these beautiful bumperettes on there to make sure that everybody stays safe.
Yeah, exactly. So, can we take a look under this hood and see this monster
We sure can,
V12?
Chris. There we go. There you go. So this car here, it's kind of, I call these cars selectively restored. It was never taken apart. It was never put back together. The engine bay and everything is still original the way it was in 1974, same with the frame and undercarriage. It's a well-kept car. Looks like along the line it was painted once. The interior remains highly original as well. And I do find, Chris, that cars like this, they always drive better than something that's been fully restored and taken apart and put back together.
Oh, for sure.
Yep.
And the cost of it is insane. People always think they can get a better deal by restoring it themselves, but as we know, it's a heck of a lot better buying it done and do a little tweaks of your own before trying to take on a huge project like this, especially with an old Jaguar.
Without a doubt.
Just a good old car. I enjoy it.
Good old car. Well, they are known in many circles as the most beautiful and elegant car ever built, and I have to agree with that. It is definitely in the top 5 for sure. And not only do they look great, they drive fantastic too. This one right here is equipped with power steering, power brakes. It also has air conditioning, so it is the most advanced model of the E-Type that was ever built. And I just took it for a spin just to see how it would go, and it was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the famous movie made these things very popular.
Shagorific, baby.
God, I mean, that car was reportedly sold for $500,000 not too long ago.
Well, I don't doubt it, and this is British elegance at its best right here.
Perfect. Well, let's take it for a spin, head down to Easttown, Johnny, and grab ourselves a beer and hopefully some food.
Sweet.
All right.
Let's go.
All right. How you doing?
Good, guys. Hey.
Good. Jason, nice to meet you again. Chris.
Nice. Chris, I'm John. Good to meet you. All right, so Brewery Vivant.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah.
Pretty excited to be here.
We drove down the '74 Jaguar E-Type, big V12 in it. Just something special that we thought kind of mimicked a little bit of your brewery and a little bit of the old heritage and classiness of the building and what you guys do here. So it's a fun car, and we enjoyed driving it down here. It was a lot of
Beautiful
fun.
day for a convertible, too.
You could have picked a better day.
Nice.
Yeah, you guys have a really unique building for sure, right? And so we chose this because it's a beautiful car. It's actually one of the top 10, considered one of the top 10 most beautiful cars ever built. And they built them in 1962, and they ran them all the way up to 1974. This is the last model year for the E-Type Jaguar.
Yeah.
So
Keep it going.
keep it going.
Should bring it back.
Yeah. So they're fun to drive. They look great. They handle well. It's just something that I don't know. It's kind of a special thing. It's a privilege to be able to take one out.
I'm sure this is like an old joke for you guys, but man, I feel like James Bond driving that.
Well, yeah, that you do get that from time to time. Yes. Or you know, you can't forget the international man of mystery, Austin Powers.
Oh, of course.
Right?
Yeah.
It fits a lot of different things. So.
But you can fit a lot of beer in that trunk.
Well, you could probably fit enough,
Yeah.
and you know you can
And
hide some other spots. They're fast cars, and they do, and they're known for the way they drive and the way they handle. And
A lot of racing heritage to
Yep.
them back in the day still. So
that was back, when all the European companies back then, you know, you had Jaguar, you had Ferrari, you had Fiat. All those guys would race, and they take their street models. I mean, the cars that they would actually just sell. And then they do some modifications. They compete all over the world with them. So
I think that was an alternate path for my life. My dad would only teach us how to drive if we did it on a stick.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we actually have a stick.
Yeah, I know. It's a
It's,
dying breed, unfortunately.
it is true. We find that a lot. So, but anyways, cool. Well,
Yeah, let's go.
kind of
in.
excited to see
Yeah.
what you guys got in here.
We're down here at Brewery Vivant. Address again is,
It's 925 Cherry Street, so it's on Cherry between Diamond and Eastern.
so right down in kind of the heart of East Town, just outside of East Grand Rapids, and obviously a cool area with a lot of eclectic stores, restaurants, bars. Just a cool area of town, and we really gravitated to this area just because there's so many fun areas to experience. And Brewery Vivant started in
2010.
10, that's right.
It's going on our 11th year.
So tell us a little bit about the background, how you guys got started, and what made you decide to take an old, was it abandoned church or no?
Funeral home chapel.
Yeah.
Home chapel.
Okay.
So it's got a mixed past, but
Yeah.
anyone
Quite
that
a
likes
diverse
vintage
past.
cars might like the history of this place too.
Yeah.
That it was the largest funeral home in Grand Rapids in the 1900s.
Right.
And they slowly expanded with buildings and things over time. So this was considered the outside of Grand Rapids, so
Right.
outskirts of town. But it's been it's been a lot of things. So it was a funeral home till like the 80s. Then it was a daycare center for Spectrum Health.
Okay.
And we got in here, it had been abandoned for about 5 years. So
Okay.
It had creepy weeds growing through all the
Sure.
stuff outside, and they were, kind of calling it the last black eye of the neighborhood. So it was, no one likes abandoned buildings. They might get caught on fire or whatever.
Right.
But this place has original stained glass windows, and it was in pretty good shape, except it was really ugly. You know, it was like renovated for that daycare center in like the 70s, 80s.
Sure.
And it's had fluorescent strip lights. It had
Drop ceilings and all that stuff
drop
too.
ceilings,
Yeah.
gross. So we just took it back to the way it looked before.
Okay.
Probably kind of what you guys do, I imagine, is try to restore what it looks like originally.
Right.
So that's what we tried to do here. We found like original lights in the attic. We were able to rewire those and get those back up.
Okay.
And so it was fun, and it's been a nice spot for us.
Yeah.
It's got this kind of real European feel, and that's really what
Yeah.
the styles of beer we make
Right.
really go with that. So when you come in, it's kind of a blend between, you feel like you're Belgium, Germany, it's kind of like
Yep.
a mix of European things, and it's been a good spot for us. Well, who's thirsty?
I am, yeah. You looks like you got
What do you
some
got
good
here?
flavor.
So I got kind of a seasonal. This is a pumpkin ale.
Okay.
So it's kind of special. It's got those pumpkin spices, but we also add a little sour element to
Okay.
it. So we call it pumpkin tart.
Okay.
And then we got our Rapid IPA. It's our new IPA and Grand Lager. So Grand Lager and Rapid IPA kind of talking about the city we love so much that we're
Sure.
from. So
Yep.
Kind of taking names from there. But this is just a nice crisp beer. We call it beer that tastes like beer.
Right. Okay.
There's nothing crazy about it. It's
Sure.
It's just a nice classic lager. And then this is a blackberry IPA.
Okay.
So we're kind of all over the gamut here.
Yeah.
But,
Right.
So you guys brew all your own beer, correct? From
Yeah,
start
it's
to finish?
brewed right on site.
Correct.
And we obviously have the restaurant here, and then we distribute all around just Michigan.
Okay.
Outside Michigan. But how about
Yeah.
cheers, guys?
Yeah.
Cheers, guys. Hey,
Cheers.
appreciate this.
Thank you for having us.
But we're everywhere, like
That
big
tastes
grocery stores to small kind of mom and pop places.
Yep.
And
Okay.
So Can
Oh,
you
yeah.
tell us a little about you guys?
We started in business together back in 2010.
10,
So,
Same time.
yes.
Officially, yeah.
Anyways, you know, I come kind of from a vintage car background. I've done a lot of collection management and stuff. And Chris had he dealt with like, you know, some really nice, kind of higher end European car, little boutique dealerships.
Sports cars, yeah, the classics did you know, more of a smaller operation just to help people find the car they wanted.
And we shared a lot of the same clientele.
Yep.
And we started talking, and we kind of wondered what we could do if we joined forces.
Yeah.
And at that time, it looked a little bit different than it does now. But it's a decision that I don't regret for the most
It's
part.
been great. You know, we started in a big
kinda
warehouse and
But-
you know, figure out how we could cram as many cars in one spot as possible. And a big part of our business is consignment, though. Customers that don't want to mess around with trying to sell their car on their own, we take
Yeah.
care of everything for them.
The experts come in.
Yeah,
handle
and-
the process from start to finish, and makes it just simple for them. You know, we get a lot of people that inherit cars from grandma and grandpa, or whoever it may be, and just like, you know, I don't want this thing. We'd rather have a redone kitchen, or we'd rather go
Yeah.
take a trip somewhere. How did you guys come up with the name Brewery Vivant? Such a cool name, and obviously very unique. You don't ever.
Yeah. So the name is, you've heard the term a bon vivant, which is someone who tends to enjoy being together and
Okay.
drinking and eating.
Okay.
Socializing.
Yeah.
It's a French term.
Gotcha.
Terms. So
Okay.
we were trying a bunch of different
Awesome.
interesting French words that no one could pronounce and
Okay.
no one had heard of.
Yeah.
And then we landed on that, and that made a lot more sense.
Awesome.
So-
And how many beers do you guys usually have on tap at one time?
We're just looking at that. We got like 20 taps.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
We try to keep them full of different beers, and then we actually just started doing spirits too.
Okay.
Okay.
So we have another location called Broadleaf, which
Okay.
is like another brew pub that just has a different vibe and everything. So
Where's that?
it's out behind Trader Joe's on 28th Street.
Oh, no kidding.
Close to the airport, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's right by an art.
Right on the way home. Might check that out. If memory serves me correct, you guys opened in 2010, and I know that there's a lot of brew pubs, breweries here in Grand Rapids. You guys are kind of ahead of that curve. Would that be correct in saying that, or
Yeah.
kind of right?
Yeah, I mean there was a good presence of breweries here already, but
Okay.
when, you know, coincidence or not, when we opened, then it really started to be that beer city focus
Yeah.
started really coming in. I know we had it's not because of us, but we definitely influenced that. a little
Sure.
bit. And we're kind of on that leading edge of that big boom.
Okay.
And then
Right as the recession settled down, right?
Yeah.
We opened during the recession, but then
Yeah.
I think once we kind of moved past it, then a lot of places started opening.
For
Okay.
sure. First time I came was probably shortly after you opened up, early 2010, 11, 12, somewhere around there. And I remember coming in and, you know, the huge tables, you know, just
Yeah.
kind of that community feel. And I was over in Europe my senior year in college, and you know, it was over there in Oktoberfest and going to those huge tents in the beer gardens, and it was just, you know, you have rows and rows of these tables that were a mile long. It seemed like everyone just having a good time. It's just very reminiscent of that, which is cool.
That's what we wanted.
Yeah.
Right.
And we love that because we had that European experience too, and you'd sit these long tables, and you just get seated next to someone you don't know.
Correct.
And Americans, that makes
That could be kind of uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yep.
But in Europe, it's fine.
Yep.
And then we kind of forced that by having these big long tables, and people really enjoyed that because, you know, especially when you have a beer,
Yeah.
you get a little chatty and loosen up a little
Correct.
bit, and end up making these friendships and stuff. So that's why we call them community tables inside.
Right.
So that's kind of been a thing we're known for too.
Okay.
That it gets that friendliness going and
Yeah. Something in our business plan, everyone's like, that's never going to work.
Right.
Just do it.
All right. Hey, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
Awesome meeting you guys.
Thank you, Chris and Jason. Appreciate it very much. Best of luck.
I look forward to come checking out some cars.
Yeah, please do.
Yep.